Hi Capricorn, I'm Anisha. You can write to me at tarotbyanisha@gmail.com. You can also visit my website www.tarotbyanisha.com. And this is your annual forecast on Love 2015. Capricornians, Jupiter in Leo is in your intimacy sector until mid-August, and you could be quite driven to have stronger bonds, deeper connections, and something which is both emotional and really has a lot of depth at all levels. April throughout mid-May, Mars is there in your love sector, and you could be quite driven to find love for those of you who are still dating or looking out. Mars is going to be making you more affectionate. It's going to be making you seek people whom you love and demonstrate your love. And Mars carries on being there in your relationship sector till late June through early August. So you want to have committed relationships with people whom you love. Early August through late September, Mars is there in your intimacy sector, and you want to grow closer to people and feel they are as passionate about you as you are about them. The problem is that Venus is going retrograde as well in your intimacy sector in August through early September, and this is a time that it is either some conversation that you don't want to deal with, or it is you will generally feel quite distant away from people, or it could also be that you could be too intense for people to handle. So try and not swing the extremes, Capricornian, this year. I think the general trend also for you is, and Venus is Mercury is going retrograde in any case thrice this year. So you have to try and be careful about your communication. However, coming back to Venus being retrograde as far as your intimacy sector is concerned, try and ensure that that you're not slighted at the smallest thing. That you don't become hot and become cold. So try and maintain a balance and try not to get offended over things which no offense is meant. So try and be a little careful or be more conscious about that. On the other hand, try and not be too intense for people to handle. Like, don't just get off the handle over every small thing that is said, or even in jest. Don't just get all you know how it is when we are in love, and we not necessarily take people for granted, but we do behave in a certain way. So try and keep the intensity, and this necessarily does not have to do only with your romantic relationships. It can be with people whom you love as well. So try and control the intensity bit of it. You could also, during the Venus retrograde, see an old flame return. It could be that during this time you come in touch with an ex-lover or an ex-boyfriend, spouse, whatever. And this is a time I think a lot of you would want to rekindle the flame and see as to where it is. So there is a lot of nostalgia around this time, and where you could be thinking and meeting up with this person and going through the stuff and seeing how things used to be, and so on and so forth. And but the good thing, I think it's a good thing, is that though the sparks will fly and there will be a lot of chemistry, there's not much that is going to be coming out of it. And I think also for the reason that some of you could have learnt your lessons quite well, and you would know as to why the ex is an ex, and there's a reason behind it as to why he or she is an ex. So I think for some of you who have been looking for a closure, have been looking for a healing, it's a good time to be doing that. I think when you meet that ex, rather than getting all nostalgic and bringing it up and wishing that, oh God, I wonder why it didn't work, I think you should be reminding yourself of all the reasons as to why it really didn't work, and why is it that he or she is an ex, and feel grateful about it and get that closure. A lot of times when we meet people after quite some time, after a bad breakup, you're able to look at them, and there's almost a sense of relief that you feel when you see people as they are, not when you are seeing them when you're totally sort of involved with them, and you're really in love, and you're seeing them with those love eyes. So this time when you meet that person, I think you should be looking at them with eyes of reason and you should be rather letting your mind see them rather than your heart seeing them, and knowing that what happened really happened for the best. So try and not get carried away too much on a nostalgia trip with the Venus going retrograde. Now Uranus has been there in your house of home, which is the house of Cancer. It rules your parents, it rules your housing matters, people with whom you share your space, your parents, and real estate. It also has to do with childhood issues. And this is a time, I think, that you could find that and this trend for you is entire. You could find that the home is not really being a refuge as you would like it to be. You know, there's constant chaos. Either there is some electrical problem, either there's some plumbing problem, or there are guests coming in and out of the house, or there's some problem with the staff at home. There seems to be a general chaos the entire year. Something or the other would keep happening. It could also be that even the maybe suddenly some of you could also decide to change your house. I think Uranus being there, it brings about a lot of unpredictability along with it. So it could be maybe, and this comes, like I said, all of a sudden. It's nothing that's planned. So some of you may just decide to change your home, where you live. All of a sudden there could be some news that you get where you feel, you know, that okay, you need to be moving house and you need to be changing your house. And you could also be spending some time reevaluating your childhood issues. And I think this trend has been there for you this entire year. And Uranus is going to be, because this home is very deeply connected with your complete conditioning of your psyche and how it is that it has made you the person that you are today. So you are going to be, I think, going through stuff that happened to you over childhood. And you are going to be... I think these issues also need to be somewhere, need to be dealt with and need to be sort of be laid to rest for good, because I think there's just too much of an unnecessary baggage that a lot of you are carrying and which is there from the past. So it is also a time that Uranus is going to be coming up and bringing all these things up on the surface. And normally when things are brought up on the surface, it's really a time to be cleaning up, sifting through that stuff, keeping what matters and throwing away what does not matter. So this is a time that you really need to be purging your life. You need to be eliminating the baggage. So try not to, you know, I would say try and do some self-healing, Capricornians. Try not to get you know, whether it is bitter, cynical, you know, rather than thinking that, oh, if only I had a better childhood, I would have been a different person and how my life would have got shaped differently, or if this had happened to me at childhood. So it's really a self-purging time. You really need to be putting things at rest which are just an excess baggage for you, Capricornians. And Mars is going to be there now in your in the sector which rules your mind, and he's there till about mid-Feb, and that's a brilliant thing because Mars will make you more sharper and you're going to be more positive, though you could be more argumentative as well, because Mars is going to be giving its aggression along with it. And so this has to do with your business partner. So till about Feb, I would say try and not be very sharp as far as your speech is concerned, or try not to sort of bite people too much. Now Jupiter is going to be entering Virgo in mid-August, and this is going to help you improve your mood considerably. You could be quite optimistic about everything, and you're not going to be feeling quite bogged down generally about stuff. And this is especially true when Mars also in Virgo in late September through mid-November. Again, Mars is going to be there, and there's a solar eclipse in Virgo in September. So all of this will be, it has to do with this particular sector, has to do with your higher education and mind. So a lot of you could mid-year decide to go and pick up a degree. Maybe there's just a love or passion for something that you've been wanting to learn. So when I'm speaking about the love, it necessarily besides the romantic thing, romantic relationships, it also speaks about your passion, you know, your something that is very, very close to your heart, something that you've been wanting to do for the longest of time. And you could go back to school, you could go back to college, you could pick up something that you really, really love. And there could be some amount of exciting travel as well, and I think this is just going to broaden your mind. So travel in any case is good for you, Capricornians. I think this year you can get quite ready to explore the world. There is some amount of travel that is there, which indicates going outside your hometown or even your country. So that's going to be a good thing. Now Pluto is fundamentally an agent of change, and he's all about transformation, he's all about truth, and he ultimately regenerates on a personal level as far as your negative patterns are concerned. And Pluto, unlike a Saturn, you know, where he takes a lot of time to teach, and Saturn is the diary planet, Pluto somewhat, I would say, has, even though it's really far off and has a subtle effect, it's a extremely powerful planet. So when it comes, I think it regenerates the negative patterns that are really there, deeply ingrained in the subconscious mind. And it's really never an easy time when Pluto comes and sits in one of our charts, because then he means business. And Pluto is going to be taking you out of your comfort zone, and he's going to be throwing you back on your emotional reserve. So Pluto is there in Capricorn, in your sign for quite some time, and Pluto is going to be making you change your patterns. And Pluto is also, I would say, to a certain extent, a planet which also rules profit sharing, it rules fidelity, it rules intimacy. So all the issues that have been there sort of at the background, that you know are issues but you've not been dealing with, Pluto is going to start digging them all out and bringing them up for you and saying that, hey, this needs to get sorted and this is what needs to be put right. So you're not going to be terribly excited about it, but again, I think it's really I think it's a year of purging for you, Capricornians. You know, this 2015 is a brilliant time to be with Uranus sitting there at your home, with Pluto being there in your sign. I think it's a wonderful opportunity for you to be just cleaning up, doing away with stuff, with relationships which are not just working out for you, rather than dragging them. And unfortunately or fortunately for Capricorn, I mean, you marry for life. It takes a long time for you to even admit that something is wrong. So it's really a time where, and whether it has to do, even for some of you, if it's not really your love relationship, it has just to do with your emotional being. Some of you are just carrying on with that entire box of stuff which is just not required. So you just need to let go of that baggage and move in the front. Now try also, Pluto also is going to be teaching you lessons on jealousy. So try and not be too possessive as far as money and property is concerned. And this is also, I think, a lot of power struggle is going to be, you will be experiencing some amount of power struggle that is there. So try and see that how it is that you channelize your control over your loved ones. Do you use money? Do you use sex? Do you use emotional blackmail? How it is that you go about exercising, whether it is your behavior or channelizing or showcasing your behavior with people whom you love. So try and maintain a balance, Capricornians, this year. Try and look at things, try and look at people for the value, purely for the value that they bring, and try not to play too much of these power control games. And like I said, this year, and Pluto being there in your sign, some stuff could come to light, and when people realize that, your loved ones realize that you're using them either emotionally or you're using or whether it is money to use, or whether it is sex or charm to use it as a means to control people, you stand to lose much more. It's been lovely speaking with you, Capricornians. Have a brilliant 2015. I'll see you soon, and thank you so much for watching.